All those speeches that people from our neighborhood made about the hydric soil, the absorbent soil that prevented flooding here downstream on the town branch of the West Fork of the White River, didn't do any good. These folks are hauling it off, replacing it with red dirt. So, what can you do? Putting your cover down. It's blowing smoke. Thanks for using your cover. Thanks for using your cover. A lot of people don't. It's really making a mess.
Let me ask you something, man. Why are you out here jacking the car lively? This is how we make a living.
My world, I live here. You're tearing up our street, you're endangering the animals, and people can't even let their kids out to play right now.
Endangering.
All you gotta do, I'm making pictures. There's a stop sign here and you stop for it and you put your cover on. I have no argument with that. Just be careful. That's all we ask.
Well, if you want to be careful, do that pickup.
Those aren't my cars.
Huh?
Those are not my cars.
Whose are they?
Somebody down the street. But it's legal to park there. There's a sign right there, 10 miles an hour. There's a stop sign here. As long as you're following that, that's all we ask. I just want to say thank you for using your cover on here and for stopping for the stop sign. We just appreciate the ones following the rules. How you doing? Yeah, you got to be careful here. Some of them are just flying through here and they'll run over you. Yeah. Where you live?
Oh, I live in Delaney. I'm just going to go see my grandson.
Oh, okay. Well, be careful on this street. It's legal to park there. It's not legal. Stop sign here. They're not my cars. Your livelihood? That's a joke. Scared, let the kids out. It's up. Overloaded. We'll give you the video later.
Okay.
They've been doing this for a month.
For a month. Just on the truck traffic?
Well, they're hauling the topsoil out. Well, first they were hauling from the railroad. Apparently they had 20 feet too much or something back there. I don't know what the deal was. And now they're hauling topsoil out right over there. Well, I mean, most of them didn't have their loads covered. Early in the morning when I'm not out here with a video, they run that stop sign without their loads covered. They come through here. There's 10 mile an hour for that turn right there. they come by here at 35 sometimes and skid into a halt there, and then you've got people trying to cross. Glad to see y'all out here to look at it.
Our guys is out here every day. So, I mean, let us know. I just found out about this today, personally.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You're Ron, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm Aubrey. You know me. Yeah. Well, I thought, I think I left you a message one time a few weeks ago. I only called the police once to ask them about the trucks being covered, you know, and apparently they may have ticketed some because rocks and gravel. You can see everything's covered with dust. They put a fuel dump right here by my house, and of course the diesel fumes, my wife said last night, it was straight north wind, you know, that fuel dump. I'm not sure it's safe, but it's diesel. I guess it burns slow. It won't blow up on us, I guess. But I mean, it's just really obnoxious. Plus, some of these fine fellows don't like their picture made. They're like pygmies that think it'll take their soul or something, and they give me the finger for making their picture. But you know, I've got enough violations of this. Not to mention the fish kill. There's some white sand, thin pile of stuff. Something they use where they put on the ground. And a month ago we had a fish kill all down here, and we don't know what it was, but it's something here. So pull around a second. I don't have much time either, but.
Hit by a mirror there.
Yeah. Well,
there are a lot of trucks.
Anyway, the whole neighborhood's really gotten mad finally, you know.
The red you were referring to.
No, oh, okay.
Tell me
No,
about that again.
it's the light in these piles up here they just brought over the last couple of days, this week. It's like chat. What's the big chunks of gravel? Chert. Yeah, looks like it's got what's mixed on it. Cement stuff or something. Sticky looking stuff. But anyway, the last pile they've got there is it's real thin stuff. It looks like must be limestone. No, red dirt's what they put on top.
Yeah.
And of course, all the stuff I talked about in the meetings, all this land is this wonderful hydric soil.
Yeah.
It's black. When it's wet, it's black because it's absorbed. And there are underground streams all over that area, like the prairie part the little part we saved around behind my place, World Peace Wetland Prairie. But anyway, they're hauling all that out. So basically, when they cover with red dirt, you got the same as paving the whole place because it does not disturb it. Yeah. So the flooding's going to be a lot worse downstream. I mean, it's everything we thought it would be and worse. You know, the reality of it. So some of the neighbors that never showed up for a meeting now are like, I'm mad now. It's like, well, you know, you should have come when we had a chance to talk about every contingency and everything. And you know, all I talked about was filling the land on the other side. See, when we have a flood here, like 3 times in 04, it floods from this side of that driveway all the way up to the stop sign across the street. And over there in those woods on the other side, the creek comes down at an angle here. That was like 150 feet to 200 feet wide floodplain, but they didn't have it on the maps. The FEMA map, everybody said, no, it's on the FEMA map. Of course, well, it's not on the FEMA map. Of course, as your city can pass floodplain regulations that are strong, but our floodplain regulations did nothing to say that over there. So they filled all that land on that side, just as I predicted. And of course, now people that live on the Hill Avenue side are realizing they're going to have a lake in their backyard because the lowland equivalent to that down there that overflows is now filled, and theirs it's a little higher, will hold water back in there, not the creek water. But in 04, the creek got all the way across that every time it came up, which is 3 different flash floods. And it takes weeks for the ground to get soaked up enough that it will be a flash flood. But if it rains enough, then you have a situation set up where it won't absorb anymore, so it runs off when it's saturated. And So, but they're removing all that or covering it up. So more
like
houses down here are going to be flooded, and somebody will be suing them, and after the fact.
I mean, that's why they paid these engineers thousands of dollars
To try to get around the rules.
No,
basically.
no. There's no getting around if you cause damage to somebody else's property.
Well, yeah.
There's no getting around that one.
But
that's
because
that
wasn't listed as floodplain over there.
But honestly, it's what happens downstream, whether it's floodplain or floodway, is not relevant when it comes to cities, because what they show
is all you go by.
Well, what they show is there is no net increase in the peak discharge off the property.
Yeah. And
that
may be true. However, the point was that by filling that land, there was going to be a compressed creek which would flow much faster, and therefore it would be their responsibility. If somebody shoots dynamite and it's on their property, it still may make your house fall down, if you're near enough. Or it may change the flow of your land. If we still were on wells here and they cover all that ground, there wouldn't be necessarily any water in our well anymore, And when they took the trees off, see, we had no idea. See, the railroad is bare. Well, they took every tree all the way up onto the railroad property, I'm sure. But, nobody had stakes along the railroad, so we never saw that they had even marked that. They just took it. Well, the first night I went upstairs using the computer, and I was in there, and I thought, God, somebody's pulled a big truck in my driveway, and it's a train. The train is about 10 times louder now. And of course, there is a rule about some kind of fence, right, that they have to put up along the railroad. But the fence won't even compare to what the vegetation is. What we've got are people who don't know. They don't care about that. They didn't grow up hunting and fishing. They don't have any environmental training or experience, so they don't think of any of the implications of how it affects somebody else. I mean, just because I make pictures here all the time, they probably put the fuel dump right by my house. I mean, why else would they do it? They could have put it anywhere. But they just put that there the first of the week. So, and I'm sure they're smart enough to know that diesel fumes, 65, 75 feet to my windows, are not going to be a pleasant thing. I mean, if you follow the rules, see how they were watering some of this land back last summer, but they're not doing it now. So you see the van, that van was cleaned off last night, and you see what it's collected already this morning. So I don't know that y'all have any resources to prove, but if they violate certain things, yeah. And of course, the dust and see, they put a silt fence over here because that's.
Thank you for being here.
She lost her baby last summer, her 5-year-old. She died of some infection. They never did. They had an autopsy and all this stuff. They never figured out what it was. She was just. They thought that's Jennifer Creel. She lives right second house right there. And but they put a silt fence there, and they had one across the soil part. Of course, the dirt that it was undercutting there, so a few times it rained. According to federal rules, stormwater regulations, none of this stuff is supposed to go in that creek. It's that simple, none. And it's possible to prevent it. But you don't have any intention or any belief in the significance of any of those things. I had to trap 7 raccoons to stop them killing my chickens and eat my cat food. Haul them 15 miles each out in the country to be sure they didn't bother to come back to the house or somebody else's house, anywhere close, and get them as far into the area there wasn't any houses around, and they killed my beautiful old white turkey who'd fallen off the truck several years before and had laid probably 1,000 eggs in her lifetime, and she was down to laying just a few a year, but one of those coons got her. And birds, I buy twice as much corn now for the wild birds as I did for when I had a lot of chickens before they killed a bunch of them, and put it out every day, twice a day, because you've got thousands of creatures of all kinds. Birds that I never saw in my yard that use the thick big timber down in the creek bottom came after they cleared it, of course, and started trying it. And a lot of birds only eat insects and worms, so they want some moist soil areas, and a lot of them were happy with the corn. But so where my dogs play in the backyard, the insect and worm eating bugs use, but they don't eat the corn, you know. So we had some species I'd never seen in our yard before. I even had a woodcock about 2 months ago who's probably migrated in here and thought he was going to be in the woods. You used to jump some quail and woodcock in this area up here, but there's nowhere for them. So I had one light my yard and walk closer than that leaf to me one day, and I didn't have my camera. It killed me if I didn't have the camera out there with me. And he just walked through pecking and went through the fence and went on over onto the protected area. So, I mean, that little patch of habitat we got back there is worth a lot more than all the donations that we had to raise to get it saved. And it'll be the exceptional little spot. You can show what this land was like when before, because it's got its topsoil and things grow faster than you want them to in some cases. But
you said you called me about 3 weeks ago.
2 or 3, yeah. Well, I may never have I got your voicemail and talked to somebody else a little bit, but I maybe not. You may never. I don't know if you ever got the message. That non-human answering service is a pain in the neck. You get frustrated with it. Yeah. But really, and when they first had the silt fences up, cardinals still love this area, partly because I do provide the corn. They're just waiting for me to move so they can pounce on the corn. Doves. They're right there. When I leave, they'll come down to eat. There's some other cardinals. Birds are here, ready for their lunch. Cardinals are starting, all of them are starting to pair off. These doves don't sit that close together till it starts getting close to spring. Make their pitiful little nest. Somehow they succeed. These birds are just desperate to get to the corn. And I'm out here. If I was sitting down real still, that one's right over corn. Left there waiting for me to move. Those doves aren't going to leave if I don't go back over there. They'll be on the ground eating in just a couple of minutes because we're backing away from it. You know, that's the second time in 3 hours that I've put out a big lot of corn, so yeah, I don't know. Well, very limited what I talked about. Yeah, for what?
A couple of truck drivers flagged me down, said that you were stopping them out in the middle of the road. And
Yeah, I stopped about 3 of them and thanked them because they were ones that put covers on their loads and stopped for the stop sign. Now, a couple of them
This stop sign here?
Yeah, that stop sign. And I pointed out that we were grateful to those who stopped for the stop sign and covered their load and slowed down with that 10-mile-an-hour sign right there, because most of them don't.
We're doing the best we can. We gotta live here.
okay.
And,
Just so you guys know, not all these vehicles have to have their load covered. If it's 6 inches below the sideboards,
Yeah.
they don't have to have
Well,
it covered.
I've got video for 4 weeks now.
They can have
where
it piled
they're
up in the
way
middle.
up.
They can have
Yeah.
it piled up in the middle. They can have it piled up in the middle as high as the cab if they want to, as long as it's not.
Okay, but if you're
As long as they're not losing it over the sideboards.
if you're
Now,
following them and you see it fall off,
then they're in violation for that.
have y'all stopped
Of
them?
course. Oh yeah,
Good.
yeah. We've been writing a lot of
Because
tickets.
the incredible arrogance. Yeah, one of those boys, he's probably one that called you or something. He said, "What are you doing interfering with my livelihood?" And I said, "All I'm doing is making your picture." And he was like, wow, and I said, "Look, you're making it impossible for us to sleep or breathe. This car just came into the house about 2 hours ago. That's what it's picked up since it got here. And they put a fuel dump right here. Okay? Last night, I wasn't here because I worked 4 to midnight. Wife said that the diesel smell was just, getting in the house. These old houses where they're But I've got many pictures of people flying through there on video without their loads covered, and you're undoubtedly well versed in exactly what that really is. But just driving that fast coming off there means dust is coming into it, and so there's no way that with the wind blowing from this way or the wind blowing that way on that house, it's not affecting somebody directly all the time. I mean, look how much it's blowing off of that thing right there. But,
If it's an 01 or newer of a vehicle, their load has to be covered.
Yeah.
Of course, you're not going to
Because
know
they have
that
the
unless you
auto.
run the tags on it, But,
yeah, right. I don't know, but
But
anyway.
here's my advice to you. I don't have a problem you filming whatever you want, but don't go trespassing over there on
Well,
their
I haven't
property.
been over there in a long time.
Okay.
Yeah. And-
Don't flag them
Right.
down in the middle of the road.
Well,
If they're in violation, if you think somebody's in violation, if you think somebody's in violation, call us and we'll come deal with
Well,
it.
see, there's one guy, Phillips, out of Lowell, and I thanked him the second day they did this. I said, "Thank you. You're the only one I've seen so far who's got his load covered every time, and you stop at the stop sign," because most of them weren't doing it at all. And I think the second day I called down there and talked to somebody, didn't call the emergency number. I called.
Sure.
I talked to somebody,
Sure.
and they told me they would check on it, get somebody to check on what was going on. But it's pretty simple. If they are only going to get on the technical aspect of the law and get by, that's one thing. If they were, you and I would probably do the extra thing to be sure it doesn't bother people. But
Sure.
I've got we had not long after they took the timber off, we had raccoons all over. I managed to trap 7 of them in 7 nights and haul them about 15-20 miles out to the national forest.
There you go.
Get rid of them.
Well-
I didn't know anybody that would barbecue one or skin them anymore.
Yeah.
Hides. But
Well, if there's anything you need, call us out here. If you see
Well,
somebody in violation, call us and
there's
we'll
so
come deal
much
with it.
you know, we haven't called. Like I say, I called the police department one time and talked to them early on, and they said they'd look, and I saw a car come later that day and come from this way, and somebody came flying through and followed him. They didn't stop him. It probably did something else when you get too far, but at least he was.
Probably so.
It's your visibility that helps. If people see you.
Absolutely.
A guy going 40 miles an hour in a 55 zone will hit his brakes when he sees you, just so he can stop and check, see what he is doing, you know. And that's what you couldn't stop everybody and ticket all of them probably.
Well, if there's anything else you need, don't hesitate
anyway,
to call us,
what's your
right?
name?
Robbins.
Aubrey Shepherd.
Oh, good to meet
D.
you, sir.
Robbins.
If there's anything you need, holler at us.
Okay. Well, I'm not surprised. So
tomorrow I'm gonna get a bunch of clunkers and line them up, and then call the news. Call Adam.
Good.
I've had it, man, and they're all, "Fuck you, bitch! Move your car." You didn't.
Well, the thing is, you can film that area from all different angles, so it's not like you have to be on their property. But he's like, I don't want to see him right there.
I haven't touched that.
Well, that's still a street back there. You know, that's still a street.
Yeah, I haven't seen
I mean,
theirs.
it's well, they're bringing in more material for this construction. Yeah. That's all I have. Door set. first one that's gone slow like that. Oh, by George, you mean they could actually close them without paying them? That's amazing. Who else has done that? Keep bringing it in. Yeah, it is. Oh, there's a stop sign. We got a close-up on that one on the stop sign. And we got our big mess over there. Well, the Vink has certainly had a lot of dust on it now. Not too surprising. All this traffic stirring up all this dust and mud. Really bad. It's a fuel supply to the house, so we get the smell of the diesel. take it over there. Some other folks. Well, we've got a couple of young horses here. I think they're young, or they're just small. Sure are pretty. Oh, they're pretty. Yeah, look at these guys. Pretty. Jimmy Jordan at 1418 South College. He's always got some pretty animals. Really neat looking house there. Out here at the intersection of 15th Street. And of course, immediately across from Walker Park. We're going to call that an equestrian trail so that a lot of these horses around here, that would be nice. You are pretty. Yes, you are. Well, these people in this habitat house don't understand the destruction it causes and the ugly it creates and the heat that will be accumulating because of the lack of vegetation and the lack of habitat for the birds and so forth. But just like the rich people tearing up the land over behind them, through there, claim it's their right to do with the property. You know, they own the land. That's just we're on the land. We don't own the land, it owns us. Native American philosophy and philosophy of many people who understand reality. There's no way we can permanently change this. But we can make temporary changes, and some of them hurt more than others. This is a waste, horrible waste. moving the cable service to that new post there, and taking it down off the other one. Hello. Got those pretty dogs out. Now, can you hear all this at your house? Well, you're lucky. People still out trying to take their walks and do things. Some people I don't see coming through here anymore, but some of them just go right on past all this. Dust. Howdy. I think it's kind of dust coated too.
You're looking for me, you got keys.
Oh,
Yeah. I never really like carrying phones. You guys keep up with everything, the little stinking thing you do. You can't get no work done for answering the stupid phone.
Yeah. But our boss is probably the
How you doing?
All right. What are you doing with that camera?
Taking pictures.
Oh, you're always taking pictures.
I wish I
You know, you better not step across that
What'd
line
you
right over
see?
there.
them dogs. I filmed them dogs.
What? Oh, that, I did get the back of those dogs.
I seen that.
Oh,
Oh man,
that was
they don't get
those
much,
little critters were fighting in the
they don't get much better.
fabric cover. Yes, sir. Yep, see that every day.
Well,
Yeah, I heard that that boy from Louisiana and Oklahoma hollered at the cop. I don't want him over there.
Yeah,
Now he claims he claims your driveway. Nobody can go in it now.
Well, that is true. All that is it's just a right of way for the what's called, but I've been using it for 35 years.
Yeah, it's yours by prescriptive easement.
See, it was supposed to have been deeded to the city
Right.
when she bought this lot. Somebody goofed, and so it ain't. So their line actually comes with my line.
Right.
Hey, cut that out.
It's because she didn't
Where
follow
the heck
up
do you
on
think
it.
you're going? If you took me up there, Leon, it had a fit.
You want to come up here with me?
Sure.
You don't want him up there.
See how the weather is up there.
About to say.
I don't want to get too close to them lines, though.
You don't worry.
Yeah. Those one of those drivers said, "Oh, what are you interfering with my livelihood?" I said, "Well, you're
Well, you
interfering with everybody's life here. I'm not touching
You
those
know,
boys."
you pull the car
I'll
out,
take
try to get
pictures
a
of
truck to run into you, and she
Now
says,
wait. What? I pulled out and tried to run into
that's
me.
it, man.
When did you
pull
see
so much
that?
crap.
When did you see that? You saw me pull out in front
I
of a
didn't
truck?
see you do nothing.
No, you
I just
not.
seen your car sitting there.
Where?
Never mind where. You
Which-
always
which
ask
car?
questions. I make a statement, then you think I'm
And I
going to
ask
tell you a
you?
lie. I'm not going to tell you a lie. I'm tired of your nonsense. You know
Don.
that? These guys got to do so much work. Why don't you
Don.
just let them do it?
I'm just taking pictures of them. Now, they had some cars in the street,
Yeah,
which
well-
they had a right to do. They
Yeah.
had the chief of police come check. There's no sign that says no parking on the street. You see that sign right there? It says 10 miles an hour. How many of these trucks slow down to 10 when they come through here?
How fast can they go down? They can't
Some
get
of them
up
are
to-
going 35 when they cross here.
Oh, I doubt
You can
that.
see it on the video.
I doubt
And
that.
how many of them stop for this stop sign?
That isn't even a stop sign.
It's not?
It's coming off a private. Do you have a stop sign in your driveway?
No, but that was a city stop sign, and it's still there, and it's still dangerous for these cars.
I understand all
I've
of
got
that.
pictures
But
of
you're-
people
you're making
sliding
it just as much
in
dangerous
here.
when you're standing right in front of a truck when he's trying to go someplace taking his picture. Don't you ever stop to think about
Well,
the other guy?
I've
Do you
done
not
that.
ever consider anybody but
I
yourself?
stood here and Don.
All you've been
these
doing is
people
just
aren't
been trouble
considered
to everybody
anybody.
around here, man.
Don,
Everyone in the city knows how you are.
that's
You know-
right.
You know that I'm telling
and
you the
plenty
truth.
of them know that that I'm exactly
I have
right.
never lied to you.
They should not be building over there in the wetland in a floodplain.
I don't like it either.
They shouldn't have taken that
I
many
didn't like
trees.
it either. I would have bought that property had I thought you could build in it.
Well, I would have bought it only because I didn't want it built.
But
Maybe
they're
one
there.
house out there.
It ain't these guys' fault. They're just
No,
doing
it's
their
not
work.
their fault.
It's our
But the
city
point
you need to
is
complain to.
that if they're driving through here without stopping, when they cross this intersection, if they're coming past faster
you stop
than
every time you come out
30
your
miles
driveway.
an hour, yes,
You do
of course
not. You
I
look
do.
both ways. I see you drive right on out of there.
But
you
I
ain't
make
kidding
darn
nobody.
sure there's nothing there.
Well, so how do you know they're not?
Because
You
I
get-
see a
well,
car
look,
coming
look,
here. I see a
Look,
car
man,
coming here.
how many trucks is driving in and out here? 100?
100? How many a day?
We're just guessing.
I don't know, 100.
One
at
guy's
least 100
bad. One
times.
guy's no good. One guy's rotten. So you call them all rotten.
I'm
is
not
that
calling
right?
them anything. I'm
Oh,
making
yeah.
a picture of them. That doesn't hurt them. How does that hurt them?
How would you like somebody taking your picture every time you turned around?
I would love it. I'm so
Oh,
pretty.
you get out.
You and I are about the prettiest things on this street,
Well,
Don.
that may be true.
But what I'm saying is, I'm not hurting them. They are hurting me. Look, when that north wind's coming right at the house, Lauren said the first
Okay.
night they had that,
That
she
is
can't
true.
breathe
How
in
many
there with
times
her
that-
asthma,
2
and that
days.
stinking fuel thing didn't have to go there, did they?
20.
Huh?
Well, if you hadn't been
All
given
that-
a bad time, I bet that fuel thing wouldn't be sitting there.
Well, if that's why they did it, then they are really stupid, aren't they?
Well, I don't know why that thing's sitting there. I didn't put it there.
Well, what I'm
But
saying is,
I'm going to tell you,
you
that all the time, you get the wind twice, maybe 3 times, and I get the wind for a month, and I never
Yes.
griped.
Well, why
Did
not?
you hear me griping?
Why not? If there's
Because they've got
speck of
work to
dust
do.
blowing on your
Oh,
property,
get out of here.
you've got a right to gripe.
I'm going to come over and spit on your property one
Well,
day when you ain't
I don't
looking.
care if you spit.
Yeah, I am.
If you got to go real bad, go ahead. The point is, why are they digging that dirt out of there.
Well,
now.
they're putting the road in. The city demands it.
So they raise
make
the-
these guys do more work putting roads in than they do themselves.
I understand.
This road will probably be a better road when they get through with it.
Well, I hope so, because it ain't going to be
I'm
nothing.
not just sure exactly what's going to happen down here.
All this is just cracking all the heck down there. I mean,
Well, I know that. I
all the
know
neighbors
that.
down here are mad,
Well, they may be.
and you're just happy with them. I'm glad you're happy with them.
I'm not happy with them, but I'm not complaining to them. These guys got to work.
But it doesn't matter what they've got to follow the rules. If somebody
They are
enforces them.
following the rules. Maybe some of the truck drivers.
You gotta-
let me
you
tell
gotta
something.
read the permits
Let me tell
on
you-
these things.
Let me tell you
They're
what.
not following.
Tell you what. When you got a gripe with the trucks, why go to UB?
I'm not griping
Why do you
at the
go
trucks.
go to the
I'm
truck
taking
driver's
pictures.
boss? Go to the truck driver's boss and complain.
Their job, if you were driving these trucks, you would stop, you would cover the load
I
before
would
you
not.
left
I'd
here.
drive up there and try to spill someone on your yard every time I come by.
If you were
I'm a
drive-
spiteful guy,
you're-
see?
No, you're not. You would be doing it right. See, that's the difference. And that's all.
Hey man, I seen that. He's gonna report you. You spit on his land.
Did you spit?
Yeah, he did.
Do it again.
Rain will wash it off.
Too late now. He's off your
No,
property.
we need the vegetation. I mean, we need the rain. So if you can spit all you want
Charge
up there on
for
the
it.
green.
You didn't get no film, did you?
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
No, these guys are terrifying people down here. I mean, yeah. I mean, everybody
He
down there's mad.
exaggerates everything he says.
Well, I've got similar.
Subdivision in there.
yeah,
it's gonna
gonna
be condominiums.
They're gonna be 20, 18 of them up there. I didn't like it either. Nobody liked that many condominiums, right? 360 families moving in on top of you. Who the heck would like that? But those guys are workers over there.
That's right.
And they've already, they're permitted out and everything, you know. He's just complaining.
Well, they've
Past time.
they've got rules written that they're not following. You know how restrictive things are.
What would
Well,
you do if they made you follow the rules?
Well, you know,
You would be in
they
jail
often
today.
do. They often do. If
I'll tell you what's going to
if I
happen to
drive
you.
down there without my
If you don't
seatbelt,
start
what
leaving
I'm
these
gonna
guys
do?
alone, they're going to come back on you
Well, what are they going to come back with? They're going to come make my picture.
with the environmental people.
Well, good. The environmental
With
people
the
are
guy-
not even touching this. They're just ignoring it. Or there'd be 1,000 more trees out there.
What do you call them guys about you clean up your property?
Yeah.
Yeah, those guys could come back on you.
Well,
They cause you a lot of grief,
You-
man.
One day I took a picture of
You know,
surveyors
when-
out there.
when you're-
they were up in my driveway.
Well, that's great.
Up in my driveway.
But that doesn't have nothing to do with these guys.
No,
That's somebody else altogether.
But I am
See,
not,
you're laying everything on these guys.
I'm
that
not
hasn't got nothing to
laying
do with
anything on these guys.
The heck you didn't. What would you just say?
You're interpreting what we're talking about.
I just heard what you said.
I said they are violating all kinds of rules.
The
Now,
surveyors may have, the truck buyers may be, but these guys are paying attention to what they're supposed to be doing.
If they stop here, if they cover their load,
That's not
and
these
they
guys.
stay
are supposed-
reasonable
these
speed
guys
down here.
These guys pay another guy to bring trucks down.
That's right.
They hire so many trucks out. It's the truck driver, the boss of the truck driver is responsible for the trucks.
that's right.
Tell this guy he don't know nothing.
You down here? Yeah, let's do your out. We're gonna back up through there.
Okay.
Be careful.
Be careful you don't run into somebody. There's 25 or 30 people walking across there.
You know why the first day you met Hank Broyles, we've been walking with him all through the creek, and I came up to your door and got you to come meet him
Yeah.
first time? Because I thought you were the one that was going to give those people so much hard time that they couldn't suffer.
Well,
and
I
I wanted you to
realized-
meet him so you wouldn't be all over him as bad as you might have been.
Well,
But now you're on me.
well, let me tell you what. See, I guess he's coming in.
Is he elected?
To tell you the truth, when I got down and got all over those guys down there, I didn't have no business doing that. That's a city that I should have been getting onto.
Well, either way, the city doesn't enforce its rules much. Now, I was out
What
here
they do on me and you.
Only time I was stopping traffic was when I was talking to the city engineer right here. He pulled up here. I was in the driveway taking pictures.
Well, see, now you
And he
committed a
called me
crime
over there
right there.
and talked to him. For,
Oh my,
for-
that
for
breaks my
several
heart. I didn't
minutes.
think you ever seen it.
Now, no, oh God. You will, boy, I can tell you stories. Now, seriously,
But you know,
But I'm not
call a
personal.
kettle black.
If they are sitting there telling me, I mean,
What I'm trying
if
to
they're
say
doing
is
things,
Mays Construction is not
They're doing it.
responsible for a lot of the stuff that you think they are.
well,
There's other guys that
they're
they're
the ones,
contracting out too.
right? So each level needs. Hank Broyle should be here trying to see.
Hank
the
Broyle ain't
rules.
got nothing to do with it.
Well, he's the one that
He's gone.
gave us all the
I know.
promises
He's
and
not here
BS. He ought to be. He ought to have to be here.
Well,
See, that's it. If they're not supervising it, they're the ones. I know that. I'm not against these guys here. When I talk to these guys personally, it's the same as you do. I'm not criticizing them, but 2 days ago, I thanked several of these guys. I said, thank you. You stopped at the sign. You got your load covered. We appreciate
really,
that.
if you do have a problem with the truck drivers, go to the truck driver's boss.
I don't know who their boss is.
Well, I don't know what his name is either, but his name's to say.
Well,
this guy doesn't have nothing to do with the
but
trucks.
do-
He doesn't have nothing to do with the
Any of
survey.
the guys you talk to, do they say, well, we're trying to get them to slow down? Do they say we're trying to keep them from driving without a
ask
cover?
him what, if you want to know that, ask him what the name of the guy is and the phone number that
All these trucks are all
But they're
contracted
see, the thing is,
separately.
They've got probably another week's hauling out here at some point
Yeah.
in time. And that's going to be it. When that's done, it'll be done.
See that pile of white stuff in the back, what do you call it? That thin
Gravel and granite stuff.
it's limestone or something?
Yeah.
See, that's what was washing in the creek on the other side there where they put in that water line. That's what was killing the fish downstream.
No, it isn't.
You don't think so?
No, I know it ain't.
What was killing the
Because
fish?
the fish were dead already. What was killing the fish is some guy plugged up the sewer line. Some kids come out there, took the top off that, threw a bunch of crap in the sewer line. Sewer line ran over, and that's what killed the fish. You want to talk to somebody, talk to the city.
Well,
you don't know half the time what
the
you're talking
city
about.
didn't tell us that. I mean,
Why should I? If I
Jennifer
commit a
talked to the
sin, am I
city
going
lot.
to tell you?
yeah, be like Bill Clinton and lie about it. Hey, did you ever get the CDs to work that I gave you?
I still got them over here.
Yeah, but on there you can read what the permit from the Corps of Engineers says they can do and what the city does. All those papers, I've got copies of them on there. And you'll realize if you look at all the things they require of them, the limitations with which they were given their permits, that they are indeed violating a lot of
Well,
them.
maybe they are. I don't
And
know.
that's the point. See, the city engineer said, well, our guys own the place every day, and if you see anything that we should investigate, let us know. You know, they're not able to provide the people to check on it all.
Hey, there's the candy bar.
Yeah, we'll get that out the street. Well, you try to keep them friendly at least.
Well, I tried to.
Here this guy's gonna want to go in, and we're blocking the street. I don't know if he can make it. Pardon me. Pictures. I heard. Yeah. Go look, see what.
That thing, is that camera got reverse on it?
A reverse?
Yeah, I just want to see them dogs again.
Oh shit! It'd take me a while to catch the right place on it.
Oh, hell.
Stop by one day and I'll put it on a CD for you. Boy, she's cute.
That's a pretty good deal, I thought.
Yeah,
Being in the right place at the right
yeah,
time.
you got a good view. She walks every day. I always compliment her on her Labradors.
Yeah.
Now, what's the gadget he's got there? Is that a heavy-duty cutter or the thing he hung on the?
Oh, what he hung
big
on the line?
thing? Yeah,
that
what?
big old cylinder.